Hey everyone, my name's Sandra. So I met a guy on Plenty of Fish when I was 21. I'm 26 now and I'll never forget this story. So Plenty of Fish is really scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to internet dating, but I couldn't afford to pay for any of the other more legitimate sites out there. After being active for only about 2 weeks, I wanted to give up. I got so many messages and so much attention in the first 2 weeks, which you might mistake to be flattering. However, it appeared that just about all of the guys couldn't hold a conversation very long. I'll give you a few examples of the types of messages I got. Hey hun, Netflix and chill. Classic. Hello babe, my name is... whatever. You're so sexy. Nice ass. Nice tits. Hi. Oh, and did I forget to mention that if I didn't respond to someone fast enough, I'd get the abusive text messages, then calling me a stuck-up bitch, a whore, and a skank. I was just about ready to give up, but one evening I put my mind to it that I was going to find someone that didn't make me cringe or rethink my decision to join this dating site. I did find someone, or I thought I did. Now, this guy was 5 years older than me and very charming. His name was Connor. He was very good looking and quite tall, which is something that I was going for. His first message and every other one after that was very sweet, and I was engrossed in conversation with him for about 3 days before I pulled up my big girl pants and decided to take him up on his request to join him for coffee one evening. So we agreed to meet at 7 p.m. in the local Starbucks. It was only 10 minutes walk away from me. I was there first. It was 7 p.m. and there was still no sign of him. I texted him at 7:15 and asked where he was. I didn't get a response back. I felt so uncomfortable in that moment. I decided to wait till 7:30 and see if he showed up. Well, at 7:35, he showed up with a friend. Oh my fucking god. The two guys waved at me and made their way over. I felt ultra uncomfortable. The guy I was talking to online was about 50 pounds heavier in person, which didn't really bother me, it was just different. He was also at least 4 inches shorter than he made out in his Plenty of Fish profile. He claimed to be 6'1". This guy was now the same height as me. I stood up and reluctantly gave him a hug. I looked awkwardly at the friend standing beside him, not sure what to say. Then Connor said, "Hey babe, give him a hug too. He needs one." Connor said, pointing to his friend. I don't want to be mean, but the friend was not very attractive to say the least. There was a weird smell that came from one of them. I suspected it was the friend. Really? My face went beet red. I gave him the most uncomfortable hug I've ever given someone. Connor sat down next to me and the friend pulled up another chair. I felt embarrassed and slightly intimidated. I was not prepared for this. We made small talk for a few minutes. I actually tried to make my hands stop shaking. Did I mention I suffered with a small amount of social anxiety anyway? This manifests itself in shaky hands and being rather shy at times. I was eagerly watching the clock. I wanted to get out of there. Connor's friend, who had introduced himself as Kevin, was leering at me in a very creepy way. It was about 30 minutes into the date, and Connor started running his hand along my leg. I did not enjoy this. I shifted awkwardly in my seat and closed my legs. I caught Connor giving a little wink to his friend, who then proceeded to run his hand down my other leg. I felt seriously anxious at this stage. I put my social anxiety aside for 1 minute and jumped up out of my seat and said, "Excuse me, what the fuck are you doing?" Then the kicker came from Kevin. "I'm just going to be honest, we want a threesome. Connor said you'd be up for it." I was stunned. My mouth was agape. I didn't give that impression and said nothing of the sort. Connor called me a tease. Despite my social anxiety, I wanted to throw the coffee in his face. Connor told me to sit back down and at least talk about it. I didn't talk about it. I stormed out of the coffee shop. When I checked my phone about 15 minutes later, I had 12 missed calls from Connor. Safe to say, I blocked his number and haven't heard from him since.